Action. That's my favorite part right there. And hello everyone, and welcome to Sisters on God. I am the cat's meow,
I'm
and this
authentic sister.
I'm not even gonna start that pointing stuff this time. So never get it right. And she is the authentic sister. All right, so this is episode 13, part 2 of Girl Talk, where we're just going to continue giving you guys some of our advice or some of our little things that we do, whether it be saving some money, which right now we all need to be able to help each other and doing whatever we can to save a dollar, you know. I had left off with talking about the oils that I used. I didn't bring them with me today because I just kind of want to just give a back refresher real quick on telling about using the oils, and I showed some examples of oils that I use that work really, really well for me. Um, and this time, so Authentic has done a couple of videos where she's gone to the grocery store, and us Gen Xers, we come from a time when you went grocery shopping and you filled your basket up. You only spent like what, $100 to have a full basket of food. Now that basket don't have too much items in it, and you're spending $100 for hardly nothing. And so Authentic Sister had done a couple of videos where she's gone to the grocery store, and she's told where she goes and the deals that she does. So I'll let you go ahead.
Well, um, different. Well, I'm in the ATL. I'm in Georgia, so I don't know. It's for most of the. I know supermarket differs,
Yeah, it
and
does.
yeah, for
Do
different
you
people.
shop at Publix?
My main stores are Publix, Kroger, um, Walmart, and Aldi's.
Mm-hmm. And you're a coupon shopper, right? Do you do digital or do you do paper?
Digital. I used to
Digital.
do paper. I ain't got time for the coupon shopping ain't like it was before because I was one of them extreme couponer.
Yeah,
Not
my
not
mom
to the
was.
extreme, but I was somewhat
He was a
so.
couponer.
Yeah,
Did you have that
and
little
Lord,
envelope thingy for your coupons?
yeah, the envelope I sure
Yeah.
did.
Yep.
But I think after everybody started, it's starting to trend and go
Hmm.
viral with some people. I
Yeah,
guess them people didn't want to be robbed. We not supposed to be on the upper end of this stuff, and we should be
that's
on the
right.
lower end. And people had found a way to be on the upper
That's
end
right.
of it.
That's right.
So
Yep.
then they started to change the whole dynamic of couponing. Coupons got lesser in amount.
Oh, well, did you remember there was a lady that was doing a
The
coupon
extreme,
stand?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they even did a movie about
They
her.
did. She was in a couple of things.
Woo!
Skits, yeah.
I wasn't
Um.
mad at her. She was doing it.
Oh, yes, she was. So now it ain't the same no more. So I don't be
Right.
bothered. And some pointers is like Kroger's because you could use your digital coupon up to 5 times. I
Oh,
like that at Kroger's. You
so it's
know,
like using the paper coupon 5 times, right? Is that what you're
it's
saying?
like they had 5 coupon, but I think how they do it is in one shopping. So it's still,
Yeah,
because not all the time you want all 5 of the stuff at the same
exactly.
time.
Right.
you know. Um, but I still like that at Kroger's. So a couple
Mhm.
of the points is like Kroger's like that. And then Kroger's also have the digital deal. Like for instance, this week they have milk. Milk, the gallon milk is 2.99, but the half gallon is 1.39.
Ah, see, this
And
is
that's a
where
good deal.
learning some math comes in handy.
Oh, I'm quick on my math
That's
stuff.
right.
Girl,
That's right. Because you need to learn how
the
to
difference,
the
what you're
difference.
saving.
Yep.
Mhm. And another
Versus the weight
pointer,
of it and the price of it, and sometimes a sale isn't really a sale, and you need
it's
to.
especially Kroger's.
Yes. Yep. You got to
Especially
be
Kroger's.
careful with that stuff. All sell stuff ain't sell stuff.
No, no. They
Hmm.
all ain't make it equal. That's for sure. They're not.
Well, they
You
ain't
know.
trying to lose money.
There you go.
Yep.
I mean, if you got it like that, then you don't care for that. Then, hey, because you have some people,
Well,
it's a pride thing. Some people, it's a mental
yes.
thing. You'd be
Yep.
amazed how much people don't want to say because they don't want to look like they're poor. Is you kidding?
Okay,
I
now
would
I
figure the
don't
more you hide
looking
is
like
the
I'm
better it
poor.
is.
That's just that's crazy. Because aren't you? Most of us live in the under the 150% uh for poverty. We're all under
Yeah, but you
150%
have some people
poverty. So
don't like the concept of that
I
doesn't
don't
make them
like
look
it
good.
either, but it
Yeah,
is what it is.
it is what it is, girl. I mean, when people look at me, it look like I got money. I just learned how to
Learn how to make
keep
do
the
with
little
what
that
you
I got.
got.
That's all that
Yes.
is.
Yep.
And there has never been any shame in my game. None. I'm just not. What is that to be ashamed about? I mean, you
I don't
know, it's
know.
amazing how much people don't realize, especially children, how much these children are not being fed at home.
Yeah.
You know, children go to school hungry, and
Yeah,
if they don't
especially
get
since
on
they
that
cut that
that
food program off. They
and
cut
if
the
there is no food program, those
mhm.
children
Mhm.
literally stays hungry.
Yep.
We are so in denial or ignorance
Yeah.
to know people are starving. People are starving, you know,
Yes. Yes. Yep.
especially children. Children can't fend for themselves. Someone has
Mhm.
to do it for them,
Yeah. Yep.
you know. And if because if you have a mama that's trying to keep up with the Joneses and they would rather, which I know this for a fact it happens,
It
they
does
would rather
because
look good
image
than
image
feed
is
their
everything,
kids.
right?
So,
No.
this is for the people who just want a little bit of idea. If you didn't know it, because we always under the impression that everybody knows this. No, they
Right.
don't.
Right. No. And especially in this time and age, there's a lot of things that us Gen Xers learned how to do years ago that is
Mhm.
implemented in this time now. That
Especially now.
yeah,
Yep.
because we know how to manipulate through some things.
Yep. Because to be
So,
honest, like while I was doing the video, it was so coincidental. While I was doing the video, a notification, well, my other phone rang and it was the school calling to put out the programs, lunch programs for children while they're out.
mhm, mhm,
You know, so they gave certain locations that you could take the children to go eat lunch. Remember in
mhm.
the pandemic, the bus, oh my God, that was good. The
Yep,
bus came around and delivered to the homes, you know, which I don't see why they didn't do that too. That would have been better.
I don't know.
But then I get it, with the pandemic.
Yeah,
But
yeah, and
But at
people
least if they
just
brought it to the homes, you would be sure the children get to eat. Because half these kids' parents are at work. How they gonna get to these locations where the food is being served?
that's right.
You
Yep,
know. So
yep.
then you have that to think about. Well, as we can see, the world don't think about nothing.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Mm-mm.
So
And it's getting sadder and sadder, and I don't want to deviate in that lane because it's actually very depressing. It's more angering than it is anything else, to
yes, it
how much we
is.
don't care about
Yep,
humanity no more.
humanity
It's just for the
is
rich, and then that's it.
we're not
It stops
important.
right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not important.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, the reason why I also didn't tell you why I really wanted was to start that segment is because I'm not the best at it. You have people who probably I could get pointers from. I can tell you what I do.
Right, right.
And one of the reason was, do you know remember I told you that I used to minister, right? With the
Yes,
Catholic
yes.
school. So I used to have soup kitchen, which is for the poor.
Mm-hmm.
And from then, it has always stayed in my mind to feed.
Yep.
So I've
Yeah.
always had this dream of having somewhere where children would go, like for breakfast in the morning. It
Mm-hmm.
has always been something in me for children to eat. If they come into my house, whatever I got, they're going to eat before I eat.
Yes.
And I never told you that, but that was a dream of mine, and it stays in my head. It doesn't leave. But
Yeah.
I think that's why I still thought I should just little things that you could do to help kids out. You
But you
know.
know what? That's a good place to be, is feeding those babies, to know that you're doing something to contribute to the next generation of us.
Mhm.
I've seen since we're talking about it, there's a lady here that is feeding the kids out of her home
Mhm.
because they shut off the food program. And so she's taking all her money and she's putting
Yep.
it into bringing the kids to her house. They come to her
Mhm.
house and she divvies out food for them. In
Mhm.
the summertime, she'll have her backyard and her front yard set up to where they can just hang
This
out
is that.
outside
Yep.
and eat.
Yep.
And that's why this part two segment, it was geared towards trying to figure out how to get as
Let your
much
money
food
work.
for
Mhm.
your money. What, a bang for your buck, is that what that saying is?
Mhm. Mhm.
Because it is hard. My
Mhm.
mom, would get the flyers that would come in. That was the sales papers for all the stores. And she would sit down and she would circle all the sell
That's what I
items
used to do.
that
Yep.
she saw that she could save money at from each
Mhm.
store. And then we got up early in the morning on Saturday and she brought those flyers and we hit every single grocery store, and she only got what items was on sale at that
Mhm.
grocery store. And that's important to remember too. Don't veer off from your goal when you go into
Mhm.
these stores. Don't get
Mhm.
sidetracked and start putting extra things in your
Mhm.
basket. Stay on the target. This is how you'll save your money.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I remember doing that, and that was it was so exhausting. Like every grocery store, yes, every grocery
Yeah.
store.
Just like I named my thing. If a sale is a star, it ain't in my cart.
Yep.
Because it's almost now psychological. I cannot put it in there if it's not on sale. It's like you just burnt me
Yeah,
or
I'm not paying
something.
full
I
price
can't.
for
It,
this.
that's why when I get to the supermarket, if my husband drives me there, you want me to come in? No,
Mm-mm, mm-mm. No,
because
no,
he's
no
gonna pick up
husbands and no
stuff
kids.
that's not on my. And then now you found out I don't want them kids with me either.
Right.
Picking up. I went to put reason why I started the segment for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Because I told you I had it on my mind and I
Yes.
did not. Went to the store with butterfly. Ugh,
Mhm.
a trip that should have been just $10
Yeah.
got to 50 something dollars. How the hell did that
Yeah.
happen?
This is not what I came in here for.
And then because she's so sensitive and I have to know restrain myself.
Right. Yeah.
I just decided, look, none of y'all are coming with me.
No,
No.
I got to do this task by myself.
My husband will be picking
That
up
is
stuff
true
that I
advice
don't
now, you guys.
know.
Really,
No.
your kids are gonna make you put more things in the basket.
This girl done picked up pickles, the biggest jar. It ain't on sale. Uh,
Yep.
and you know when I found this out that was in the car when we were at the
At the,
register,
I know because my baby girl used to do that mess to me all the time.
and then now
I
I
don't
know
know
she's gonna be
how did
embarrassed.
this get in my basket? No
She's
one
gonna be
knows.
embarrassed. So now I can't do nothing about it. And all I'm doing is bitching under the car. You ain't had no girl, when I
True
told you
stories.
I was having hot flashes, I literally was losing my mind. And then you didn't pick up a small jar, a big ass jar.
Wow.
And then on top of it, she was picking up beef jerky. Well, I thought Michael would
She going
yeah,
shopping
yeah.
for brother too, huh? Sure. Put
I,
whatever you want in the basket.
and I made up my mind then and there. Y'all ain't coming. Nope. If I don't want to lose my
Solo
mind,
shopping. Yep, that's
yeah.
right.
So, like I was saying, and you made a point where you said your mom was circle at that time, the flyers, because before there was a digital, the fly, they still have flyers, but the digital now is more efficient. On
That's
your
right.
phone,
Yeah.
always download your app. Always, every store you go, download. Well, supermarket, you download your app.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go to the sale. Now for Publix, it's BOGO. All day, all night, I love me some BOGO.
Buy one, get one
But
free.
that's part, yeah. Because it's
That's it
actually
right there.
50% off.
Mm-hmm.
And you put your stuff
Kroger's
in.
used to do that. Do they still do
They do it,
that
they still do it
with their
not a
meat?
lot, but on different things at different times.
Okay.
They do the 10 for 10 or buy 5 items. They do that,
And
which
if
is
you,
a flipping
yeah,
rip off. That shit ain't. Mm-mm.
that's
Because
one of
sometimes when
those,
you
a sale ain't really a sale.
when you look at what just took off like 50 cents, no, I want half off, honey.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I do way better in Publix than I do in Kroger's.
Okay.
So, and then you have the BJ's and the Costco's. Now,
Mm-hmm.
what I do there is my soaps, my wash laundry detergent to
Yeah.
get the bigger bottles.
You
And
can
I
bulk buy
still,
it. Mm-hmm.
you put that app on your phone too. You
Yeah.
download those coupons
Yeah.
in there.
So
And
that's
then
part of it right there is making sure that you're downloading the
that you,
app so that you can
yep,
get
you
all
know
that.
what's, and you can also compare. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because sometimes Publix will run a buy one, get one. And BJ's have the big container or something that you really don't want to. Because with kids, once they open them big things, their challenge is to finish that big thing. They're not taking it
Say,
easy. The
still,
bigger it is, the
ooh,
more I
look at
should
all of
take.
this. Let's eat it all up.
Girl, you
Yes.
get the big chips, more they eat the
Oh.
chips. It makes sense to them. That's what they should do.
Right, yeah, I know.
So sometimes
But here
that
you
doesn't even
go
work.
buying in big bulk thinking that it's going to last
Nope,
longer.
they
No.
eat
They
more.
say, they say that means we can eat more.
More. Because it's so wow.
There's no
so
way this should be gone now.
so the same time the small pack would have been finished, that large pack finished the same time.
Yeah. Yep.
And I will lose my mind. I used to, when you had the gummies, right? The little pack of juicy, whatever the hell they call them. And
Mm-hmm.
I went to the first time I went to BJ's buy this huge box. There's a lot in there. And one
She
morning I went,
saved
it was like,
money.
girl, 3 days later, the box was full. It was, I'm like, when I told you I lost it,
Yeah.
what happened? When I look in their room, oh, that package was every flipping where. On the bed, under the bed.
Oh. They had a party, didn't they?
Sissy, oh my God. They looked like they was eating it in their sleep when they
It
made. I'm
probably
like, what the?
was. You said it right, gluttony.
No. So the next time I bought it, I took a handful, put it in a little basket, put it in there, and I kept the rest in my closet.
That's right. That's right.
Y'all ain't gonna let me lose my mind.
Yeah.
No. So every week they had a certain amount until that
It
box
got
was
divvied
finished.
out to them, and that's another thing
To
to
do.
do
There
as
you
well
go.
is divvy out your food.
Yes.
Put
It's
it
really
in
biting both.
portions. Don't
Mm-hmm.
just sit it out and
They'll eat it
break
all.
them down into meals, into portion for meals. It helps to make your food spread out
Last longer.
and last longer.
I did that in the video too, because I was telling people
Mm-hmm.
the fact that they're home, and this is more because they're home, because I know the food bill is going to be more and the food is gonna go because they're bored too. When
Right.
they're bored, they eat.
Right.
If they're not
Yes.
if they didn't
Yes.
enter
When
a
they're
summer
at
camp
home,
or
they're eating
something,
because they're bored.
they're gonna do that, you know?
That's
Is
right.
to go to the Dollar Tree, get one of those erase board.
Hmm.
And even if you don't get to prepare it if you're going to work, you write what they should prepare. It helps also because it gives them it gears them into it. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Where so they don't just willy nilly and they eat better also because they have a guideline to doing it than eating all the cookies for
They
lunch.
got portion,
Yes,
discipline.
there you
They're
go,
learning
and
about
it helps,
food. Yep. And they're
and it don't
learning
take
that,
that long.
food
You
isn't just, you just don't eat just to eat because it's there. You eat because you're supposed to.
what you need. Eat
Yep.
what you need to eat
And you
to
eat
live.
your snacks and portions
Yes.
as well.
Mhm.
So
And I
yeah,
know a lot of people don't have the time to do this, but sometimes you got to make a little bit of time because
it's
it's
so worth
going to
it.
stress you out. Because there's going to be a week where the money ain't that strong. What do you do then? Like in Jamaica, they would say, "Feast today, famine tomorrow." Is
Yep.
that what you're going to do? So if you want to eat every day, if you ration it out properly, you can let them eat every day.
Ration it out by the serving size.
You
Start
know,
there at least. And if it's
the
not
big
enough,
chicks
you
you
can
buy the
double it. Go
them
ahead.
big chicks if you buy the little what they
Those
call
little,
them, the sandwich bag, and
yes,
you put it
the
in
little
there.
snack baggies. They even have
There you
those
go.
now. Yep.
Because if you leave that whole bag, believe me, that whole bag goes, and you could
Because
talk to you blue in the
it's just
face
there for the
because
grabbing.
it's just
That's what
there.
happens. Yep.
Mhm.
And these are just, mindful ways that of things that you can do to help stretch your money out in the long
Mhm.
run, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what this is about, is
Mhm.
every little bit counts. Believe it
Yeah.
or not, every little bit that you can chip off of your money counts in the end.
Mhm. And always just make a budget because, like this week, my game plan was not to go over 200, and I
Hmm.
needed everything. And I also went with a meal plan in my mind. When I see a certain thing on sale, then I make a meal.
Make a meal
So
based off of what
yes,
you.
so you have variations throughout the week, and you didn't break the bank at all.
Right.
And that should last me 2 weeks. The only thing I should go back to the store for is milk.
Hmm. Because that's something
And
you can't keep
you
in
can't
bulk.
get the
Hmm.
shelf life also.
Yeah.
But everything else, milk or maybe egg.
Hmm.
And you do it that way. So that's just some pointers to your app, definitely. And you also, when you do the app and the sales start and you put the things on your shopping list, it
Hmm.
makes you know, okay, so if Publix didn't have it on sale and Kroger did, you know where you're going for
Oh, it helps you keep track
of
of
what's
what you're
yes.
getting, right?
I'm gonna explain. Like, I didn't do my app before I had went. I was supposed to, but I didn't get to.
Mm.
And Publix actually had the wings. Buy one, get one. Spring Mountain wings or something like that. And it
Mhm.
was the 2.5 pound bag or something like that with
Mhm.
wings. So it
Mhm.
was buy one, get one. But then I went to Walmart and Walmart had the 4 pound bag for $12.99.
See, this is where the calculating comes in.
Yeah. And this
Yes.
is where, if you had your app, you'd have known that the better buy was at Publix, because
Okay.
then had you buy one, get one. And
Mm-hmm.
even though it was 2 pound bags, both of them
Told them
together,
not to be less than the one.
so I'd have saved $4.
Wow.
And
That's a good one.
I'm still pissed about that. I had to let it go, but I'm
Yes,
like,
you got
wow.
to let that go.
Mm. But that's almost another bag. You know what I mean? And this is what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yes,
That's
yeah.
another
That,
bag.
that
Or
that was something
that's a
else.
bag of potatoes to go with
Mhm.
them, or some
Mhm.
fries. You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So this is what I mean
Yes.
when I say that. So, and
Another one.
Aldis, when it comes to,
Audis.
sorry, baby, when it
Mhm.
comes to especially your fruits and your vegetable, I say Aldis first.
Mhm. Absolutely, I agree. Yep.
Then Kroger's next.
Mhm.
You don't want to do that mess in Publix unless it's on sale, which they rarely put that on sale. To them, when it comes to that, it's more expensive.
Now we don't have Publix here. I've never seen one on this end of the
Okay.
United States.
Mhm.
But I think there's a store that's kind of equivalent to
The
what
Publix, yeah.
Publix is. I know in Chicago, just the next state over, Chicago has them there, and I've been to a Publix there, but I've never
Mhm.
seen one. I've never seen
Yeah,
one.
they are not everywhere for real.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm,
They
but
get there though. They
yeah,
build it there, but you
mhm.
know what store I don't do? I'm,
Who?
I don't, I just, maybe it's a spiritual disconnect. Hell, I don't know. I cannot do that. I've been in there. Mm.
Who?
Ingles.
Who?
Ingles. I
Angel.
can't.
And see, I don't know what
That store,
Ingles
yeah, it's
is.
probably a South. It confuses me in there. I don't. Ingles is not my store. Mm-mm,
I wonder
mm-mm.
what a Ingles would be compared to. Like,
I want to think Pathmark.
see, I don't know that one either.
That's in New York. That's in New York.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't
There
like
you go.
Ingles. I don't like Ingles.
Hmm.
I don't even know what to compare it to. I don't like them.
So we used to in the hood of Detroit, you have your little Arab, as we call them, the Arab grocery stores. Pretty much tend to be set up within a couple of blocks from each other. There was
I
always
think I
the
remember that name.
Arabic grocery stores
You
that
remember Piggly
I shopped
Wiggly?
at. Huh?
You remember Piggly Wiggly and all them other
Piggly
stores?
Wiggly. See that we had A&P, Farmer Jack.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I can't think of one of the other ones. Remember the
Yes, we
green
are.
stamps? Huh?
Cherokee.
What did she say?
Are we live right now? Yeah.
Oh yeah, someone else made a comment. I didn't even see that. She said, "Hey, my sissy."
IG stores here. I like Publix. Is that Ingles? IG. Is that Ingles?
What is that again, sissy? IG stores. What's an IG store?
I don't know. Maybe Ingles?
Instagram.
Get a Cherokee. But yeah. But but yeah, they're my stores in the South. And like I said, I'm in Georgia. So
Hmm.
that's my go-to stores. They have other stores, but yeah, no, I'm not so interested because once you have a format what's working for you, a formula that's working for you, you kind of run with that.
Yeah,
And
and
for me, I don't shop every store. I believe in feng shui, and believe it or not, it even works in stores. If
I
the setup and the layout doesn't feel good, I can't shop there.
yep.
I
Yeah,
literally
it
feel
doesn't
so
feel
confused.
right.
And I know that's crazy, but it makes me spend weird. And I guess that's the whole agenda to them doing that. I cannot. It
I
has
don't
to have a
know. I've
certain
walked
layout.
into stores, into restaurants before where I walked in and was like, I don't
Uh,
like the way this feels.
You
Like
feel
people
turned
just
around. Yep.
yes, yeah. I'm
The
like,
same thing with me. I
yeah,
can't.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
I've done that
And it
too.
doesn't even matter how good your sale is. I
Yep.
cannot shop there.
Mhm.
I'm gonna get
Yep.
out. I
Yep.
can't.
So I have not learned yet. I do remember a while ago, and when I say a while, it's been a few years, where I had the Meyer app, and I actually had it downloaded on my phone, and I was doing the Meyer coupons because Meyer's its headquarters was right across the street from where I
Hmm.
lived at. So, but I've gotten away from doing all that stuff, and so that was really good hearing you say how to do it. Because if you're like me, you're not familiar with how to do online couponing.
Hmm.
International. Hmm.
No, I said. Hmm.
Oh, that's what IG is. It's not Instagram. Well, thank you for that, Sissy. Yeah. So, um,
Oh, oh. You're talking the farmers market. Is that what you're talking? Because that's okay. I'm glad she jolted that memory. The farmers market. The only reason why I don't make mention to it, I am no longer living near to it. They have one in Gwinnett County and one in DeKalb County. I'm in Newton. There's none over here, and I don't have
mhm.
to drive over there. But believe me, it is worth the drive.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is to go to those farmers markets.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
So if you live in like Georgia, the farmers market, there's one, I think it's East Ponce de Leon, like in DeKalb County. When I,
Mhm.
Sissy, the next time you take a visit here, we got to go there. When I tell you, this is a huge building with all your vegetables fresh made, everything, your fish fresh, your chicken,
And
everything.
that's another thing is getting your food as fresh as possible as
Yes.
well.
So when you're dealing with fresh stuff, and then of course you have your little West Indian little spots. As a West Indian, you gotta get certain things, so you go there to go
Mhm.
get them because they're not
Mhm.
everywhere.
Yep.
But the farmers market, when it comes to vegetable, definitely.
And I've
Before
seen
Aldi's,
a lot of
definitely.
where I'm at. When you drive along the roads, they got signs for eggs because these farmers are
And
getting
the
in on
chicken.
the eggs.
And that's a
And
good thing too, to support
yes,
small business
that's
by
right.
doing so. Yep.
Yes. Yep.
Yep. And another thing, Sissy and I, I told her when we should come down here, let me tell you something, people. Don't sit on your pride and let these children go hungry. Pantries, food pantries.
Hit those suckers up. Hit as
Go to
many of
them
them up as you
first before
can.
you make your list.
Yep.
Because there's a lot of things you're going to get for free that you don't have to buy. And once you get, you can try out a couple of them that's near. I don't tell you to burn gas to go
No.
all over the place. The
Yep.
one that's near that you realize that they're giving you good stuff,
They're giving you
not
what you can
expired
use.
crappy stuff.
Right.
Always go to them
Mm-hmm.
because you
Yep.
have some that really do good, and it
That's right.
helps that
And
that
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 food
that
is
list.
coming from the grocery stores anyway.
Yep,
Because that's where it's supplied from is the
they get
grocery
them.
stores.
But I know
So
some
why
pantries
go
don't
buy it
really.
when the grocery store is giving it to a
Hmm.
pantry for you to get
Hmm.
free?
Hmm.
Just why? Because you don't want nobody to know you went to a food pantry?
I
Stop
know,
it. But
girl.
we live in a time where you better get what you can get.
I don't
You
get
gotta
food
do what
stamps,
you
so
can
I
do.
can't. I don't get food stamps, so that's I can't do that. I don't have that. If I
Mm-hmm.
had it, then. But let me tell you something. Even if you are getting food stamp, ain't nothing wrong with stretching your money. You don't have to. You if you have things to help to make your food stamp last longer, it carries over anyway. Why
Yep.
would you not do that?
Right.
Why wouldn't you let? Because if there's a time where it gets cut off, at least you could still
Then what
feed
you
yourself
that's
till
right.
the
You
money's
will
done.
have some to
Yeah, until it's
hopefully
done.
hold you to whatever you can figure out
Yeah.
next.
So
Yeah.
these are just trick of the trades to make it
Mhm.
work for you.
Mhm.
You
Yep.
know. So.
Yep.
It's what I got, girl.
Well, that was good because well, our podcasts are going over 30 minutes now. We're regular with it, but
Yeah,
that's cool. We're getting to that hour segment just around the corner. Well,
yeah.
thank you everyone for coming and joining in on the podcast. Um, if you know of anybody that needs their business to do a little soft sale, we're here. We can help you out for a little nominal fee. If so, hit us up in our email at sistersongod.net. If you know someone who has a story or you have a question that you would like for us sisters to talk
To
about,
explore.
hit us up in our email at sistersongod.net. And don't forget, please, if you watched this podcast, please let us know by leaving a like or a comment, just so we know we're getting out there. And we thank you again for being here with us. And please join us next Wednesday night at 9 p.m.
And if you're not subscribed as yet, please subscribe with us.
There we go. All right, everyone. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you next week. Take care.